The LA Dodgers win another classic with another heroic moment from Freddie Freeman. LA now feels like they are in the driver's seat for this World Series, and it is all because, once again, they just had huge performances all throughout the lineup, including probably the best player that's ever lived. So the LA Dodgers are now 2 wins away from back-to-back World Series championships, and we had said on the show going into Game 3 that the reason for a lot of optimism for the Dodgers is they have a 1-1 tie. They've taken home field advantage away from the Blue Jays, and we haven't had the big Shohei game yet. Well, we've had the big Shohei game now, as Ohtani puts on the performance of a lifetime, going 4 for 4 and then getting walked all of the times after that, setting World Series and just baseball records for reaching base in one game. It was, again, if I was a fan of any other team, that would have been awe-inspiring to watch. And even I don't share the same vitriol towards Shohei as a lot of Blue Jays fans do. I am mad at the situation. I am mad at how close I felt like we were to having him. And so, yes, Shohei coming out here and curb stomping my favorite team after breaking my heart 2 years ago, not coming to Toronto, and I have to do the devastating thing of clearing out the cart when I had 3 jerseys lined up ready to order. Yeah, that doesn't feel great. But I don't know how you can watch this guy and do anything but be in awe of what he can do. When he was up and the Blue Jays were pitching to him in the late innings, I have never been so sure of anything in my life other than Shohei was going to get a big hit in that moment. Like, it's Thanos. He is inevitable. There's no doubt. He is inevitable. It is like nothing I've ever seen before, and I've been watching the sport. I'm turning 36 in a month, and I have been watching it my entire life. I have never seen anything like this before. And the only thing that was keeping him out of like Mount Rushmore type conversations was a lack of playoff success with the Los Angeles Angels. Well, now he is coming off of like a 50-50 season last year, and then an incredible run through the playoffs and into the World Series. This year, it hasn't been a great playoff for him, but there are 2 of the greatest games anyone has ever played in postseason history that we are debating about, and they're both him. So if he goes out, unless he comes out and gives up 115 runs in the first 2 innings against the Blue Jays tonight, he's going to win World Series MVP. Even if the Jays win, based on that game alone, he's probably going to win World Series MVP. And if the now I don't want to say this because I'm not going to tell you, but if the Dodgers do win this, it's back-to-back championships for him. It is epic performance after epic performance. It's 100 MVP awards in a row. What else does this guy have to... Like, we are already in GOAT conversation with him, and he still has a ton of baseball left to be played. It is remarkable what this guy is doing. But it wasn't just Shohei last night. Obviously, Freddie Freeman gets the big hit. Very similar to Game 1. Game 1? Right, yeah. Against the New York Yankees. Took him a little bit longer this time, but it was a... It felt like at some point it was going to happen, but it's something I've talked about for a bit with this team. I never felt comfortable last night when it was going through. Like, you think when you get through Shohei-Betts-Freeman, you can at least a little bit. But then it's Will Smith, who really thought he ended it. Joe Davis thought he ended it. I thought he ended it. Max Muncy, who almost ended it again when he hit one out of Dodger Stadium foul. And then you had Teoscar, who I was convinced was going to. There was no doubt in my mind it was going to be Teoscar Hernandez who was going to be able to get that big hit to give the Dodgers the win in this game. And then you get past him, and you feel a little bit better when against Kiké Hernandez. But Kiké is one of, like, I've said it before, I don't fully believe in clutch, but he's the good argument against me, because he is average as a baseball player, as a Major League Baseball player, slightly above average. As a playoff performer, the guy is nails. And so even then you don't feel great. You feel good when Pages comes to the plate, and that's it. And the only reason you feel you still get stressed is because if he gets on, it's basically a double because you're then walking Shohei. Like there's just no chance to rest at all in this lineup. And then to top it all off, they made some fantastic defensive plays last night with Edman making those two excellent plays. The throw across to get IKF at third, and then the dart on the relay from Teoscar to seal that game away, really, it felt like, and get David Schneider out. Not seal it away. They played a full baseball game after that, but still made that excellent play there. Freddie Freeman made a few really good stretches and very good plays at first base. Pages covers a lot of ground in the outfield as well. Like they were just solid. Even Sasaki on that chopper over his head, snaring it and then rolling it across to Freddie Freeman. They played solid all night. And Toronto is so good at putting pressure on teams to the point where you end up kind of beating yourselves. And the Dodgers just don't. And Toronto, I think, has to adjust now to LA and don't assume that they're going to make the mistake and beat themselves because they're too good to do that. And then the big thing, the bullpen was amazing for LA. For that to be the weak spot. And my wife, who like watching these games with her, I was saying like when Glasnow came out, I was like, this is huge. Because this is not a good bullpen. And this is what you want to do. And this is the situation you wanted it in. This is perfect for the Blue Jays. And then when we get to like the 14th inning and she's kind of stopped watching and I'm walking over and like, 15th, she said, is this still that bullpen that you wanted the Jays to get to? It's like, yes. Yes, it was. But like Klein last night, amazing last name, comes up with just a unbelievable performance in the bullpen for the Dodgers, but everyone delivered. Kershaw comes up big. Trinan comes up with some big moments. Everyone in that bullpen delivered in a very big way, and basically everyone on that team delivered in some way, giving the Dodgers a 2-1 series lead. If you like what we're doing here, but want to bring Couch Potato Diary with you wherever you go, just search Couch Potato Diary in podcast form on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your pods.